Next, we're going to hear about the Enterprise Architect Network Effect Customers Partners SAP with Helmut Grimm of SAP. Welcome, over to you.
Thanks, Timo. Is my microphone already on? Okay, cool. So very warm welcome. So Alex, I think a fantastic presentation. I'm leveling this up now a bit, right? So coming from a real problem, leveling this up to the EA network effect. But let's first of all introduce myself. My name is Helmut Grimm. I'm running the Global Enterprise Architecture at an advisory unit. It has been established 1st of April last year. It's actually, we are acting as a global center of excellence. So we are infusing, enabling our own people, enterprise architects and non-enterprise architects, and I will come to this as well. But what we also do is we are also enabling our partners, our customers, and we are fueling the community. Very important point. So why did I come up with this title? What do you think? It's about communities are all about networks, right? It's all about networks. And I was making up my mind when I took over the job. You know, everybody's part of a community. Everybody knows that collaboration is important. Everybody knows, you know, what is the goal of a community, where you are in, right? The point is, what I want to know is, what do we get out of the community? What problems can we solve in common as a network? And I was thinking, also in other examples. So, what incredible things can we solve together from SAP as a customer, as a partner, and bringing this really to the next level? So I was making up my mind. What can we do? What can we solve? And you know, we heard a lot. I hope it works. Next slide. Sorry for that. So what problems do we want to solve as an enterprise architect? Why we are here? Very simple. We want to, we are always talking about modernization. Alexander talked about modernization, transformation of your S4 environment. And I was making up my mind, what can we do? We can master together complexities. We can master together fragmentation. We can master together scalability issues, right? And that's pretty obvious, isn't it? But I made up my mind. Why now? Why is enterprise architecture now such a hot topic? Why are enterprise architects? Why is it such an important role? Why now? What do you think? Why are you here? Why is the group now, I think we have about 400 people. Why is it now important? Probably, Alexander, you know, transformation, right? So North Star, you mentioned this. But what else? What do you think? What do you think? Why now?
Here we don't have that many options, to choose from. Here we always had a very traditional approach. ECC or SAP for core, rest all, look for alternates. But now with BTP and all, so many cloud-based things under the same umbrella, you have a lot of options.
Absolutely. It's the complexity of the environment and the choices. What else?
Pace of change and complexity.
Pace of change, continuous innovation. What else?
Technology and business are getting more and more intertwined.
Absolutely. Other ideas?
Knowledge gaps at the customer.
Knowledge gaps at a customer. Community needs to fill the gap. It's a very important skill set we need to work on jointly together. Very important. So it's now. But what if I would tell you, and probably Peter and my colleagues know best, since when do we have enterprise architecture at SAP? Probably established, Peter, 15 years ago, I would say. 15 years ago, we already thought about at SAP about enterprise architecture. We have infused the enterprise architecture skill set in all of our, organizations. In engineering, in sales, pre-sales, after sales, right? All the topics, we have it, right? So I was wondering, why now? So So I was happy, I can work on the team, I can lead the team, but I was really thinking about why now and why different. And you are absolutely right. We are also probably one thing to add, we are in the era of AI, right? So the speed of change is really changing. Why now? And it's now. And so we will get all important as an enterprise architect, being visionaries, think about the future. Why now? Now it's the time. So, and you brought a very good topic. I think there will be no transformation in the future or modernization in the future which a single party can do without a community, without the combination of partners, customers, SAP, other vendors. I think there won't be any other opportunity to really have a successful transformation without the network we all build together. That's the point. I don't believe this. So when we think about this network effect, then we need to strive and use the different skill set we have on the customer side, we have on the partner side, we have on the SAP side as well. But I want to give you an example, right? Why I bring up this picture. One example of a customer, and I'm using this pretty often. So customer, I was talking to the CIO, and I said, I'm leading the enterprise architecture advisory team, and it's an important function, right? We help you on your implementation, on your transformation. And then he said, I fully agree. And I was like, oh, yes, okay, it's a... But then he said, I have one enterprise architect. And I was like, how should this transformation work? And I was thinking about how can we help you? And then the second question was, help me to enable my people, bring them to the next level. It's also something we should think of. And the first day there was a question, are you all EAs? No, but some of you want to embrace the skill set. And I will come to this, why this is that important. Not everybody will be an EA, but we need to embrace the skill set. So coming back to this, I think the skill sets of a customer, of SAP, of a partner in combination makes the trick. That's the point. So how can we as SAP support you beyond enablement? How can we as SAP support you beyond people and skill sets, right? And not sure if you ever thought about why we are talking at this event so often about EA frameworks. And Peter, and I saw you, or Andreas Poth, or whatever. Why are we talking about that? Why are we talking so often about toolings, business transformation suite, integrated tool chain? Did you ever think about it? Why is it that important? How does this all work together? And I want to give you a bit another flavor. A shared framework is a collaboration platform which helps you to co-create. Think about that. Don't think always in tooling that I can manage my business processes in Signavio, that I can my as-is-to-be architecture mapping in LeanIX. It's also something which is important because it enables the collaboration between partners, customers, and SAP on your projects, on your transformation. It's a very important topic. Methodology, very key. I'm so glad that we have the book out now, Peter, that we can embrace the enterprise architecture methodology and framework, providing you a business blueprint on how to build up a scalable enterprise architecture practice on your side, on the partner side. But it's just a starting point. We need a second pillar. What do you expect? And Alexander mentioned it. I think you expect that we tell you what to do, what is best, what is greenfield, what is the best practice process. That's what you expect. Content is really important. And probably I want to tell you that we are doubling down really on content. There was one session, I'm not sure if Martin is still here, Effenberger, who is leading our content practice on business architecture, solution architecture. We are doubling down on industry-specific reference-based architectures. You want this, you need this, it helps you, right? And so we are doubling down this investment. And we had the methodology first, we have the content, But what's the problem? Content without tooling is not really executable, right? So that's why we have invested in tooling heavily in the integrated tool chain. Starting point was for sure, back then with Solution Manager and now Calm, but think about Signavio, think about why we did it, think about LeanIX, think about WalkMe, what we did. It's the tool chain that helps you to collaborate. That's an important topic, an important asset. And now I want to come back also on the thinking, because what I did, I looked at the tool chain. But what makes me really interesting, I looked at the consumers of the information and the producers of the information of the tool chain. And guess what I found out? What caught my attention? There's amazing many roles consuming information of the tool chain. The CIO is consuming, the enterprise architect, the product manager, the sales guy. Suddenly we have something at hand that shows you, that can prove you have data at hand to consume. Move away. I cannot imagine how many transformation journeys I have seen on PowerPoint which are the next day outdated. You cannot imagine. So this is important for us. This is you think about as a collaboration platform. But important thing is, the biggest value comes when you have all three pillars. Get into the framework, into the methodology, get into content, get into tooling. All three makes a change. But what fuels the EA network? So one thing is, and I want to give you also another spin here, and I will come to this as a minute. For sure, what I've mentioned, the automation potential with the toolings frees up your time. And I want to give you an example of one of my colleagues in my team. He's spending on the customer side 80-90% of his time just to model the as-is architecture. I don't think it's well spent, isn't it? I don't think that such a black belt guy who can do many more things, I think he can do better. So also here, automation on elaborating on as-is architecture to be architecture is important because we need to have this human skill set. Please think about it. Community is key, knowledge is key, and knowledge is beyond tooling, it's also a human skill set you need to embrace. And I heard very often that enterprise architects are visionaries. They need to lay out a plan. They are storytellers. But in order to make this happen, you need to infuse this knowledge into your teams. When we do enablement internally, it's not about toolings only. It's about all the whole enchilada and a lot of human skills, a lot about leader skills. What we also do, probably, we are doing enablement for non-enterprise architects. We started with managers, that they can grab the knowledge because we don't want that everything relies on a single individual with the enterprise architects. That's a very rare resource. That's what we do. But at the end, it's all about people. It's all about people. It's about collaboration. And I really liked the discussion about greenfield, brownfield. What are the benefits? Somebody needs to explain this. What are the benefits? It's all about our people. So I've read about enterprise architects as the influencer. And when I had this term out, people were laughing at me. Oh, influencers, are you now making pictures or whatever, right? But they are influencers at the company. Your EA practice at your company are influencers. Think about this. And also think about, I just want to encourage again, think about it. You need to infuse this skill set into your entire company in order to be successful. If you are saying you do a brownfield migration without your business, I don't think it's working. infuse the skill set, but don't talk about that it's an enterprise architecture skill set. It's a skill set you need as in your role. Contextualize the skills. That's what we do at SAP. It's not simple. Don't tell me, it's not simple. It's a complex topic, but you need to think about it, how you do it. And by doing so, you get a foundational topic out there. Very important. Enterprise architects as an influencer. What I really like what Paul is doing, absolutely amazing. I mean, he keeps you engaged. He keeps us engaged. Paul, I don't know how many calls we had. We are keeping engaged. And all of you are so amazingly engaged. When I join the sessions and I see all the questions, you are so much engaged. You're trying the discussions. You are asking questions. But let's level it up. Share your experience. And I want there was one amazing session I joined, which was the Women in Architecture session, where I heard so many great experiences of their daily life as an enterprise architect. I was amazed because it came from the heart. Join your experiences, because if you are authentic, if you share your experiences, you will get other people thinking in the same direction. That's why we are here. But contributor, please contribute. We are contributing with my entire team, and a lot of my teammates are here. We love to contribute. Move from a consumer to a contributor. And I have to say, what works pretty well, I took over in April, and I was in several events, and it was amazing to see that we already have such a vibrant enterprise architecture community. And probably you don't, I see faces which I have seen now for 2-3 times, which are outside of SAP. And it's a really, really an amazing opportunity. And the skill set and the joint feelings we have about enterprise architecture brings us together. So, I guess we already talked about very much on how we support you. For sure, very simple. We support you with enablement. That's the baseline. That's what we need to do. Community is all about enablement, and I'm also talking with Paul a lot about the combination. Community enablement. How are you doing this, right? I love the book. Right? Let's go for the book. I want to become an author.
This book right now.
Yeah, I love the book. The book is amazing. You have something in your hand. It moves away from digital. And that's also, we are meeting in person. So why not having something in your hand, right, in order to read through it? I love it, to be honest, right? So let's do more, right? And we are thinking about it. We have just launched and published our business architecture and solution architectures on the Business Accelerator Hub. So we want to get more out of our internal knowledge out to you, so you can consume it on the Business Accelerator Hub out there. So it's all about knowledge sharing, and we are becoming open. And we will, my team, and that's why I promise also to Paul, we will invest a lot in fueling this ecosystem. That's my promise to you, also for the future, for this year, next year, and the years to come. So let me close the session. We are a vendor. It's close to my heart, right? So it's not just about SAP, right? We are open. We wanna embrace the skill set. Oh, let's see, it's coming up. Please do it again. I love the animation. Try it again. Yeah. Now really, also here, I talk to many customers and partners, why should I go with SAP? And I said, it's not SAP. It's about your journey. It's your transformational effort, right? I try again. Oh, it's not working. No worries. Just bring up the final slide. So it's about, what a slide should say, it's about us. It's not only about SAP. We are fueling this, right? You need to make up your own mindset. We know that you are not only SAP in your company. We know this. We're not alone in the world. We are a community. We have a broad, there are amazing opportunities out there, right? So use it, but use our skill set and mindset, which we bring to the table for your challenges you have at your customers or on your partner side. And I'm really, really looking forward on what's next. When can I see you again, right? And we are thinking about how we can bring this more to life, get even more vibrant. Having said this, thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.
One second. My closing deck is going to go now. He doesn't have it.